how many roller coasters of emotions you could go on throughout the free agency process. I was able to just keep my mindset on the fact that it's a blessing to be in this position, and I'll be super grateful for whatever come my way.
Just going into next year, what are you looking forward to? How do you feel you grew last year and you can build on that going into next year?
Last year I feel like I was, you know, training wheels off, of myself in a way. Just coming back from like, literally dying on the field to, playing again in a significant role, a starting role, playing a full season again for the first time, just filling myself out. I feel like it was a year of that. And I feel like I had a lot of success on the field. So to see where I can take it from knowing that's where I was within myself to, just growing into another year and being able to see what I did and develop myself into what I want to become this upcoming year. I'm excited for that journey. I've done it in every level, high school, college, and now the pros, being able to just get a full load underneath me and then be able to build on it.
What do you want to become this year?
I just want to just continue to grow off of what I did last season. I know it was a lot of, play ops and a lot of plays, to be made on top of the ones that I feel like I already made. So, just to continue to grow, to be a leader on this team, fifth year presence, that's a very long time, especially, in the NFL, which they say is not for long. So, just to continue to grow and develop with my teammates. I think going back to your other question as far as free agency, that was probably one of the most nerve-wracking things was, just the bond we built here with my teammates, just to like, separate from those. It was messing with me emotionally. So I'm super glad to be back with my brothers and, just continue to work the way that we already do.
Mark, can you take us through your conversations with Brandon Bean, starting maybe at the end of the year, exit interview, and how we got to this point with you resigning?
It was always a conversation of, I was wanted here and I appreciated that. And it was always known that I had a home here no matter what. So, I just appreciate the relationship I'm able to have with them, the clarity that I can get with them just off of a phone call. I feel like I could call Bean at any second of the day and talk to him about anything, as alongside his Coach McDermott too. So, I always had a home here, and I'm trusted to play valuable snaps, and I'm trusted, to go out there and make plays for my team, which that's the ultimate thing you want as a player.
You mentioned the bond that you built with a lot of people here. One of those people seems to be Cole Bishop, who reacted to you resigning. What was it like getting to know him last year, and how much does he mean to you?
It was super dope getting to know Cole. He means a lot to me. Just coming in as a young guy in the room that has already been shaped by so much culture and so many great players that have walked the journey before him, and he was all ears and he was just a lot of love. Like Cole has one of the biggest hearts. He loves everybody, and he's all in on his teammates. And he fits in here with us well. So I'm super excited to get back to work with him. We joke around a lot, so Cole's my man. That's my baby bro for sure.
There's such an emphasis of not giving up explosives for safeties, and especially here where this team has been so good at not giving them up. Do you think like now you have 17 games started this year? How do you like the more you play? Can you think you can better balance, keeping that priority while still being a playmaker? How do you think that you balance those two things?
Um, that's a good question, but I think at the end of the day, that's what we do here. Like you said, we eliminate explosives. That's one of our cornerstones of our DB room of what we talk about. So I think just having that mindset right there, there's opportunities to make plays within that in itself. As far as if you're in position to take away the explosive, teams are going to try their explosives no matter what. So if you're already in position of taking away the explosive, whenever they take their shot, you should be in position to be able to take it away. So I think there's plays to be made within following the scheme and the system. So I'm at the point where I can understand that and know how to make plays within doing my job.
Or with sort of you mentioned free agency. What was the interest around? Maybe how many teams did
We had a lot of conversations and a lot of interest, which was pretty cool. You know what I mean? To be able to um, get back, like man, I'm coming from like not knowing if I would be able to play football again. So to you know that I had what it took still, and to actually go after it and chase it and make it happen, to be able to be out there this year, like, and for teams to respect my body of work after going through so much, was like it was just cool. Like I was just appreciative of everything, regardless of if it worked out or not. So there was a lot of interest from a few teams, which I was greatly appreciative of. But ultimately, coming back here and staying where I'm comfortable. I know the system. I've been here. I can be a leader on this team, and we have a chance to win. I think that's my biggest thing of why I'm still playing, and why I want to be here is I want to win, and I'm a winner. Um, playing this game and not winning games makes this thing a thousand times harder, which it's already hard within itself. So I'm just that's a big part of coming back as well.
When you were preparing to enter free agency, did you talk to Dane at all about what it was like for him last year?
Yeah, I talked to Dane today on the phone. I've been talking to Dane like every day for the past couple weeks. Just about life. Like that's really my brother. We've been knowing each other since knee high. So that's really my brother, and it's just a genuine relationship. Like we can go months without talking, and we can call and talk about all of our problems, whether it's football, whether it's girls, whether it's anything. He's always there for me, and I appreciate that. So I've been keeping up with him, and I'm super excited for him to get what he deserves on his journey as well.
Demar, a lot of guys talk about free agency as being very stressful and going through that. You seem to have embraced it, saying hey, for what I went through to be that. If you didn't go through what you went through, do you think you'd still embrace it so much, or did that give you a different perspective on that? If that makes sense.
That's a great question. I would say going through what I went through definitely gave me more perspective, but I feel like I was already like perspective first kind of person just growing up and coming from where I came from, because it always wasn't sunshine and bright skies. Coming up out of my environment, so I always had to keep a positive mindset to give myself the energy to keep going and get what I want out of whatever situation. So yeah, I definitely always had a good perspective, but just having everything snatched away from you and not knowing what the future holds definitely made me like no matter what goes on, a couple deep breaths and a call with my mom and my dad will cure the world for me. I ain't gonna lie.
What was their reaction to all this? Your family?
Just stressed out. They just want the best for their kid. They just want the best for their son, and I appreciate that. But they're in my corner no matter what, and they walked this whole journey down with me, from start to finish. And I owe them everything in my life for real. I'm super excited. We're building a home back at home for them in Pittsburgh right now. So a couple days ago, I got to see them laying the foundation to it, of our new home. So it's just accumulation of them putting sacrifice into me at a young age, and reaping the benefits of it. So uh, life's good for the Hamlin family. I ain't gonna lie. Well, I would say, it's just speaking of Buffalo in general, I always tell everybody on the outside world when they ask me about the snow and the weather and, all of the things that people like, pinpoint about Buffalo being what it is. And I always tell them, like, I love Buffalo. Like, this is my piece away from the world. Safe here. Everybody treats me normal. Like, I'm not, I'm not bothered by anybody. Like, people truly love me here. And just adding on to that, the weather. I feel like I learned how to use it to my advantage. People don't want to come here December, January, late in the year and play football. It's a different type of animal. You got to be really, really, really built different to be able to do that. and I feel like I learned how to use it to my advantage. So, I really love being here. So, on and off the field, man, it's my piece away from the world, and we have all the resources here in the building to do whatever we want to do in the world and be as successful as we want to be and take it as far as we want to be. From the training room to the weight room to Chapel to Dr. Daz to Lynn, man, everybody, it's everybody's invested into the players here. So this is the place to thrive and become whatever you want to become.
Talk about all the members of the organization. Danny Kellington moves on to Carolina. Obviously, you two will always be connected.
Yeah.
Can you give your perspective on him moving on and what he meant to you while he was here?
Denny meant the world to me. Like every morning, coming in, or 7 a.m. stretch, full body stretch to Denny, cracking my toes to cracking my neck to just stretching my whole body out, man. And our just one-on-one talks that we would always have. Like Denny was, one of the most locked in people, one of the most focused on his craft individuals that I've ever met. He's helped me through a lot of like small injuries that I've had under the radar, just to keep me going and keep me feeling the best that I can feel. So, I love Denny, man. He's definitely a stand-up human being. But to see him, go on and further his career, increase his role within the organization, I'm super excited for him. And another thing that was going through my head as I was dealing with free agency, I was telling myself that I wasn't going to allow the business of the NFL to dictate my relationships with anyone within it. As far as my teammates, as far as Denny, my trainers, as far as anyone that I build a relationship, wherever I'm at, I didn't want to allow the business and the nature of the business of people moving around and shifting hats to control my relationships with anybody. So, I've been working my phone more than normal, just calling people just to like continue those relationships and just let people know that like I'm here for you regardless of if we under the same roof or not.
What about Bobby Babbage and Joe Dana? How much did you want to make sure that, being part back with them again, how much they've influenced you to be part?
Super influenced me. Like Bobby Babbage is the reason, one of the biggest reasons I'm in the room. He was the safeties coach who ultimately said he wanted to, choose me my rookie year. So I'm super thankful for him and to have him at the DC and truly know me for who I am as a football player, through and throughout, is it's important to me. And the relationship that I built with Joe over the past 2 seasons is just like an extreme good one. Like Joe's a true leader of the room. Like he keeps it real. He keeps it honest. He keeps it solid. And I enjoyed the dynamic that we had all season, with him. Just kind of running our DB room. It was he puts a lot of trust in the players, and he believes in his guys and his development. Week in week out. Just as far as like the things we were doing at practice that would help show up in the game. It was pinpoint on, and as a player, that's what you want. You want continuous development, no matter where you at. You want to feel like the people that are coaching you are continuing to want your best, and I felt that from Joe, and you get that from Bobby day in day out. Like Bobby is always, you know, requiring the best out of you no matter what. So I'm super excited to get back with them too. Yeah, we didn't get to like chop it up too much in detail, but I definitely got to see him, got to show him some love, got to tell him welcome, being here, and I've known him for a little bit, so to be able to continue to get to know him and develop together within that safety room, within the building of Buffalo, will be super exciting. So I'm excited to just push everybody in the room, for greatness, demand the best out of everybody no matter what, because ultimately that'll get the best out of our team and get us where we want to go. I missed it, but I went to a pit game a couple weeks ago versus Georgia Tech, and it was crazy officiating. It was crazy officiating. Coach Capel almost came out of his Nikes. And I was right there with them, man, because it was a lot of stuff that came down that held us from getting that win. But shout out Pitt basketball, shout out the whole university, hell to Pitt. For sure, much love.
Oh yeah, it is yours.
And my
and really enjoyed my years in LA. But coming to a team back like the Ohio State days, where you're really living in a football town with an unbelievable fan base, it's really got me excited. And just something different. It's been 9 years, which I'm really thankful for my career and how it's played out. But I'm ready to experience something different. I'm getting old and I'm ready to win. And I think this team is primed to do that. And I'm just excited to join a winning culture and, a football culture in a football town. Experience a little bit of the seasons, mix it up a little bit. Me and my fiance Amanda are just really excited to get out here and experience something new together. Um, and it just seemed to fit the stage of life in my career that I'm in. And yeah, I'm just couldn't be happier. Like I said, it all happened fast, and I wouldn't have expected this at all. And now that I'm here, it's really starting to set in, and I'm really just getting more excited every moment.
Was there a moment it started? I know you said it's still setting in.
Yeah.
Like, what were some things that helped that process?
Yeah, I guess it was just I had to get my answer out quicker than my decision a little faster than I was expecting it to be. I thought I was going to have a little bit more time to let it marinate and decide. And you know, it was stressful making the decision, but when I did make that decision and I just let it sink in a little bit, I just I really started getting excited. Everybody in my family, the more we thought about it, the more we uh, really thought about all the details of this kind of team that we're going to, and living in a new place. It just kept getting more exciting by the moment. And now that we're out here experiencing this nice town, Amanda already found a house to live in, so it's like getting real fast. And I'm just excited, like I said, to experience something new, something different, and I think something that's going to be really special. Last year in this stadium, I think we have a chance to do something special. And Josh texted me that if we do what we set out to do, we could really be immortalized in this town. And um, that's what it's all about, is winning a championship, and that's, I think, why people are here. It was a good game. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good game. I do remember that game. Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun game. So maybe it's an omen or something. Usually when I play the Bills, I play pretty well. So it's been a couple times, and hopefully I play pretty well on the team as well. So it's going to be fun.
Did you have any connection with any Bills coaches or any close to any players? Was there any Buffalo, or was it more just
No,
knew from the Bills from watching being a football fan?
yeah, no, my dad played for the Dolphins, so I mean, enemy territory. But I know we grew up. I mean, he grew up in that era with Kelly and Marino playing against each other, battling in that a lot of great years with those two. So I mean, there's been a countless number of great players that have played for the Bills, and that may be part of it, but I just see it as playing with a quarterback like Josh, and playing for a coach like Coach McDermott, and it's just the right situation for me, the right culture. It feels right. It feels like everybody, including the people that just live in Buffalo, are all locked into one goal, and it's about winning. And it seems like been really close, and I think it's long overdue to finally get over that hump. Not like I've been here grinding to get over that hump, but I think I'd love to be a part of it, maybe a small piece in what can help that, and achieve something that's bigger than any individual player. Yeah, I know it's been tough last few years, but I know when I'm healthy and I'm on the field, I play really well, and I'm at a high level. So I know going into last season, during camp, during preseason time, I felt better than I ever felt in 9 years, and I was playing at an extremely high level. And unfortunately, things didn't work out the way I was hoping last year, and I'm proud of myself the way I was able to battle back and push through some things. But I'm just ready for a clean slate. Leave that stuff behind me. I think getting with the staff here and building a relationship in the training room and the weight room, and just doing everything I can to be smart and make sure I'm prepared to make it through a season, and be ready when the time comes in the postseason. So I know winning is obviously a huge part of it, but I think I have a lot to prove to you know people, but mostly just myself, that I can prove to myself that I know the kind of player that I am. And I know I've had some good moments over the last few years, but it's about putting it all together throughout a whole season and being available for my team. So that's definitely a big goal of mine.
You only missed 3 games last year, but I know with the glue, but you were on like
Yeah.
on Wednesdays. But the impression is that it wasn't just 3 weeks.
No,
Many
yeah.
weeks of dealing with it, right?
It was, I was playing at about 70%, 60% for a good while, and every week you'd add a few percent to that. And finally, towards the end of the season, I had some really solid games, and into the playoffs, I was starting to feel like myself. But uh, the form I was in early in that season was really a really high level. I mean, couldn't get blocked. I was dominating, and I felt great. I was really excited. And sometimes you just get bad luck, and things happen, or you make a silly decision. You should have done this, you shouldn't have done that. And, I'm locked in this year. I just want to do everything I can possibly to stay healthy and to contribute to this team and be a part of winning. I'm running out of time here. It's going fast. I mean, year 10 already coming up, and I just don't have that many moments left, so I have to grasp them while I can. And I think all that's on my mind is going to be football this year and helping the team.
How much have you talked to Sean and maybe Bobby Babich about, what your particular role may be in terms of playing time? They do rotate pretty heavily on the
Yeah.
defensive line here. Have those the types of conversations been had just yet?
Yeah, we just had a good conversation, more general, but yeah, we're gonna dive into more of the details, scheme, and all that, and plan for me. But we obviously have a couple of other great edge guys here, um, which I think is important for that position, to be able to rotate and trust the guys behind you, and be able to take some load off of each other. So when you're out there, you can play at a really high level, play fast, play fresh. So I think we're gonna all try to be smart and not run ourselves into the ground, and be out there obviously in most important moments. And I'm feeling really healthy right now, and I don't know the exact plan, but I plan to be a starter here. And yeah, I plan to help any way that they need me, but I know that rushing and playing the edge, it definitely helps when you have other great guys around you, and you can kind of rotate and feed off of each other. So I think that's a big part of why I chose to come here, because I really like the group around me, and I think we can all complement each other well. And yeah, I think it's a long season, and you don't want to be playing 70 plays every single game. You hit that sweet spot around 35, 40, 45 plays, and you play all of them at a really high level. And yeah, come week 17, you're still ready to go.
Are those guys you'll be joining, is Greg Rousseau just re-upped here? Do you know about him? Have you guys taken any time to speak with him and your impressions of him?
Yeah, I haven't spoken with him yet, but he popped up on film. Excuse me, popped up on film a lot watching last year when we'd be scouting other teams, and he's a really good pass rusher. He's a long guy. He's haven't watched too much of his game, but I know the kind of impact he can have in the position. And then AJ as well. He's a really solid pass rusher. Yeah, I think playing with some good guys in my yeah, thank you. Good. I'm dry. 1 second. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just excited to get to know everybody. I really don't have too many connections on this team, which is kind of exciting for me to just come in fresh and make a good impression, and I'm sure everybody hears about each other through another in the league and all that. But I'm just ready for a fresh start, like I mentioned, and obviously to get to know those guys. And all I've heard about is how tight this team is and how much time they spend together off the field. And Josh does a really good job at that, having guys over and growing that bond off the field. So I'm just excited for it. I mean, it's time doesn't slow down for anybody, and it just seasons, especially when you spend them injured, go by in a blink of an eye. And even when you're healthy, I mean, the seasons just go and go and go. And it was a rookie; it felt like forever, and now it's like gone in a blink of an eye. And getting released this year was eye-opening because I mean you go from being the man in the future, which it felt like I was a rookie yesterday almost, and now I mean I'm not old news or whatever, but it just happens fast. It's a business, and I understand it. But yeah, I mean I've just was able to get this opportunity to come here to such a great organization and a team that has a real chance at winning, and I thought I would be silly not to take that opportunity. And who knows if I'm here for 1 year or 2 years or however many years. I think can't see into the future, and what I'm going to try to do is just really enjoy the moment. And yeah, just taking the opportunity and really try to get back to enjoying football and having fun again. Yeah, I called him probably 20 minutes before I agreed. I'm like, so Buffalo, what do you think? He's like, no, it's great. He has a house here still. We were gonna check it out, but we found another place. But yeah, he's a great guy. He's spent a lot of time back home living with me in Florida, so we grew close. He's married now with 3 kids, so he doesn't sleep over as often anymore. But yeah, he's a great dude, and he spoke very highly of everything here. Just told me to get my winter clothes ready. Yeah, no, I mean, to think that I am going to be the sole difference maker, I think that would be a little silly. But if, like I said, to be able to contribute in any way that I can, and maybe make some big plays in the fourth quarter, getting the quarterback, or I have played in that division for a long time, so I've got to face the Chiefs quite a bit, and they're obviously tough, but I think I'm pretty good at getting to the quarterback, so I'd like to think that I could help help on that front a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Justin Herbert was an incredible quarterback, and it reminds me of Josh in a way. You just have a big, strong beast of a guy that you'll feel very confident. But I'm just really looking forward to playing with a guy like that who not only leads, in the way he plays, but he seems like he really brings guys along with him vocally, and he's the exact kind of guy you want leading a team. And I haven't got to meet him yet, but I'm excited to get to meet him, play some golf with him, yeah, and just get to know everybody around here.
Sorry about that. Tell us about Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones throwback. Oh yeah, that was many moons ago. Went to Ireland and was an extra in Belfast. It was a whole ordeal. It was cold, but the main thing I took from that is, now that I've played chess a little bit, is that I was sitting in a trailer with Gary Kasparov, who's like the most legendary chess player of all time, and I had no clue who he was, and all the creators were coming in and kissing his feet, and I'm like, who the heck is this guy? He just has this daughter that won't shut up. That's all I can remember. But it was a fun experience. I think if you pause a frame, maybe if you're really quick, you could see like my nose in the corner of a dark scene. But it was a fun experience.
So you weren't trying out for like Jon Snow.
No, unfortunately, they didn't have armor that fit me very well though. Most extras are a little shorter. Thanks, everybody.
different. I'm losing the word. I just been getting the same message since I've been here, from top to bottom, from the weight room staff to the player development staff, from my my receiver coach, OC Coach Brady. I just it's reassuring. It's reassuring for sure.
When you mentioned that, it feels like the Canadian team, how much of a factor was that? Like, how big was that in making this decision?
It made it very easy. Of course, it's not the Toronto Bills; it's the Buffalo Bills. So I'm extremely I'm extremely thankful for what I'm learning is the Bills Mafia. Um, I'm sure they'll be. I'm sure they're a terrific fan base that I'm glad to be a part of. Um, I'm very close to home, so it's easier to see family. Family can come down pretty much whenever they feel like it, because I learned there's no direct flights to Toronto, so you have to drive, but it probably saves you a lot of time. It's only like an hour 40 minutes. That includes the border, so I'll be home quite a bit, and I have a lot of family out here.
Do
You
your
feel
do
pretty
your parents
fortunate. You
still
feel
live?
pretty fortunate going from Justin Herbert to Josh Allen. Pretty good twosome there.
Yeah, I've been blessed. I've been lucky enough to play with Justin, and I'm extremely thankful for the Chargers, from being drafted there and playing there for my 4 years, and Coach Staley and Tom Telesco, and then Joe Ortiz and Coach Harbaugh. Playing with Herbo has got me to this point, and now I'm blessed enough to play with Josh Allen. So I'm excited to get to work. I've only ever played with Justin, so you can imagine the excitement to see what it's going to be like to play with Josh and to play with this team and this organization.
Do your parents still live, and do you have other family members still in Brampton?
Toronto,
Toronto.
Toronto and Woodbridge. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I have a lot of
Parents
family.
are still there. You have
Yes,
other family.
yeah. Most of my family is in. I have family that's scattered, but most of the bulk is in Toronto.
So when it came down to other teams being interested, this kind of obviously being close to home is one factor. The money is the factor.
Right.
What else? What did you feel that you liked about Buffalo or the Bills organization?
Ultimately, I trusted my agent. I have a lot of trust in my agent. To be honest, I didn't really know much about Buffalo just because I've only been with one team. I am Canadian, but didn't really pay much attention to NFL. Regardless, just I was a basketball guy. I thought I was gonna be in the NBA. Um, but my agents made it very easy for me, to where I said, "You guys run point." Every time they would call me, and I think I think them hearing how calm I was in the whole process kind of scared them. It scared my dad because he was like, "You're just so nonchalant." I'm like, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, whether I control it or not. If I'm meant to be with the Bills, I'm gonna be with the Bills. There's nothing I can do about it. Um, so ultimate trust in my agents. They steered me the right way. They told me how much they trusted the Bills, and it made the decision very easy.
What
Did
was
you have
your
an opportunity to come to a Bills game when you were a kid? I'm just listening to your answer. Doesn't sound like you
I
did.
think I came to a preseason. I might have been able to come to a preseason game when I was younger. I have been. I know that for a fact, but not a lot. Not a lot.
Bills signed another player, Michael Hoyt. He's from close to where you're from. Do you know anything about him? Any interaction with him at all?
No interaction with him yet. I think I heard he was from Oakville, which is not far. My sister lives in Oakville. Um, yeah.
what was your family's reaction when they heard you were going to be so close?
They were happy. Instead of a 5-hour flight connecting to LA, it's an hour 40 drive. They could see me after games if they really wanted to. They could see me on a random Wednesday if they really wanted to. So I think them having that access is, alhamdulillah. I'm definitely blessed, because if I ever need them, they're right across the border. So, but of course, like I said, the message I've been getting since I've been here is how supportive the community is, how supportive the team is, how tight the team is. So it's like I'll be with two families.
So what do the Bills get from Joey Bosa? You know him pretty well too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, a monster.
Is he as good as we have been led to believe?
Yes, he is talented. you know, Joey and I, whenever Joey and I spoke, it was more meaningful conversations because obviously he was defense, I was offense, so we didn't cross paths a lot. But whenever we spoke, we had meaningful conversations. So I'm glad that those can continue here.
You mentioned basketball being your first love. What pushed you into football?
I was naturally better at football, and my dad played football at the University of Windsor by Detroit. Um, so I think he always knew in the back of his mind that I was gonna play football. I just didn't know it yet, and he kind of steered me in that direction once I realized that I was a lot more naturally gifted and talented in football than I was in basketball, and that's when I made the decision.
If you were writing a scouting report on yourself, what would you say is your best strengths as a receiver?
I take a lot of pride in being able to run the entire route tree, being able to be outside and inside, the the ability to stop, the ability to go deep, the ability to um, win in different situations. So being able to run, a slant route, but 5 different ways if I have to. I take a lot of pride in that, in the way I train, in the way I work out, in the way I approach the offense and the scheme. So I would say those are my strengths today.
Seems like getting separation at the top of the break is something you see
Right,
when you watch you.
right,
Feel like that's
for
helping you
sure,
do that.
for sure. A lot of leg strengthening exercises to be able to do that. Um, Trust me, coming from basketball to football, that wasn't easy in high school. Making that, figuring out how to stop. Um, so I've always put a lot of emphasis on that, and I've grown a lot in that department, and I want to be the best at it to make Josh's life a lot easier.
I know that you grew up in Canada, but you went to high school, Fort Lauderdale, St. Thomas Aquinas, right? Is that
Yes,
the same high school Joey went to?
yes.
So, I mean, I don't think your paths crossed. He'd be a little bit older than you.
Mm.
It's a football-rich place, but any just sort of connection there with him at that high school?
Yeah, I played with Nick.
Okay.
I played with Nick Bosa my junior year. He was a senior. It was funny because I played with Nick and then went to the Chargers, played with Joey, and now we go to different teams and I'm still with Joey. So the Bosas and the Palmers are fairly tight.
There's a pretty significant Bills fan base in Ontario, probably stretching all the way up into Toronto. Were you aware of that at all? And how neat is that for you to know that, from where you're from, that you've already got a pretty good, significant fan base that roots for this team?
I was aware. I was always aware as a child, just knowing that we didn't have our own NFL team, so the closest was Buffalo. So we always rooted for Buffalo. I would have a lot of friends that would go to Buffalo games because it's right across the border. But you know, I'm in for a surprise to learn truly how big it is because I never knew that. So it'll be good to see.
What do you anticipate the opportunity being in this offense with Joe Brady and Josh Allen for you to maybe take that next step as a playmaker?
Can you say the first part one more time?
What? How do you envision the opportunity in this offense with Brady as the play caller and
Uh,
Allen as the quarterback to maybe take a step in your game?
I envision an opportunity. Uh, there's a lot of talented guys on this team that is gonna force me to elevate my game, and hopefully I can force them to elevate their games. And a lot of good guys on defense. So I think if we're all bought into wanting to be better and making other people better, then I can only imagine the offense will be better. Um, I'm not just gonna walk in here and say I'm the missing piece because that's not true at all. Like we don't know what's gonna happen, but I would like to say that they they see something in me and I see something in them. So when we marry each other, it's you hope for the best and for the success of the offense, and you want to see that flourish. And I'm excited to see how it's going to happen because the biggest thing for me is I wanted to be a part of a team that wanted me. Whoever wants me, I want them back. So that's how I'm approaching this, and I'm ready to just get it going.
Josh, how much room do you, and by the way, I'm a Windsorite. I know the Lancers very well. But how much room do you think you still have to grow?
I think I have a lot of room left. A lot. I know I haven't even. Maybe I've just scratched the surface, but I think I think being here, they will be able to exploit my strengths, and I'll be able to prove to them and myself that this is the reason why you guys want me here, and this is the reason why I want to be here with the passion and the dedication and the way I prepare. So hopefully I can show them that. But I feel like I have a lot more to grow, and hopefully I can be here for a long time to do it.
The impression is you played a little more Z than F with the Chargers. Is that true, or but I mean, you kind of your answer, previous answer indicated you
Mm.
comfortable.
Yeah, I played.
Do you play a little more Z with them?
I played wherever they needed me to play. When I played with Keenan and Mike, they could plug us in pretty much anywhere and just let Justin throw the ball. Um, and even if it did look like I played it a lot or played in the slot a lot, I always prepared. So in practice, I played in the slot a lot. In games, you'll see that I played in the slot a lot. So yeah, I would say I play receiver. I try not to say I play ZXF. I play receiver.
Josh, what are your impressions of this receiver room? I know it's kind of early, you might not have got a chance to talk to him, but
Mm.
just kind of first impressions of the guys you're joining.
To be honest, if I had an iPad, I'd be able to answer your question. But I don't have an iPad. If I did, I'd be watching film yesterday. Um, but I know they have a lot of talented guys here. Khalil and Keon. Um, don't know too much about them just because I've been with the Chargers for so long, and my mind has just been wrapped up Chargers, Chargers. But now I'm Bills, Bills. So I want to get to know everybody's strengths and weaknesses, and just help everybody grow. Coach Brady was telling me that this offense everybody eats, and I'm excited to see how that unfolds. And they say a lot of selflessness on this team. So that would be great to be a part of as well. Yeah, I spoke to him on Monday when the news broke. He called me, or he texted me that we FaceTimed and we chopped it up for a little bit. You're a little bit in shock, because with everything I was still in shock. Um, so it was just like one thing after another. Like, I found out with the Bills, then my agent's calling me, then my parents calling me, then you get a text from Josh Allen, and you're like, okay, now I have to call him, and then um, but like I'm on the phone with him with my friend that picked me up from the airport. So then he's like, "Oh, Josh Allen just called you, bro. That's so cool." So yeah, I'm still letting it all sink in, because at first when everything happens, you don't really know how to react. Like, the first thing I did when I was on the phone with my parents, I just cried, just because I don't really know how to respond to it. But every day that goes by, I'm accepting the fact that, okay, I'm gonna be in Buffalo. It's gonna be my home. It's gonna be my new teammates, my new quarterback, my new coaching staff. Um, Hopefully, I can be here as long as I can.
Are you a Raptors fan?
Of course,
Do you know that Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady are now part owners of the team?
I learned that this morning. I did learn it.
Is that who you want to meet, maybe even more than Josh Allen?
I'm more interested in Josh, but nah, those guys will be definitely cool to meet. They're Toronto greats, so I'd love to meet them too, as well.
Was there ever an opportunity to stay in San Diego or in LA? Sorry.
I think there was. I think there was. When it came down to making the decision, um, you know, everybody was an option, but it was going to be what's the best option for me and my family moving forward, and how can I best help a team, and I felt like the Bills was the only way to go.
Do you like hockey?
I played street hockey.
Yeah.
That's about it. Hockey games are fun to go to,
Yeah.
not so much on TV,
Yeah.
but they're fun.
Do you prefer Josh or Joshua?
I've been asked this question so much today. So whatever rolls off the tongue,
Uh huh.
Josh, Joshua, Palmer, whatever. if my name is gonna be displayed somewhere, whether it's written down or anything where it's yeah, displayed or whatever, I just like Joshua. I like seeing Joshua. That makes it easier. Yeah, I like seeing Joshua. Yeah, I like seeing Joshua. But whatever comes off. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys.
You got to be a Kawhi fan, right?
Kawhi. I'm a Kawhi fan.
I mean,
I'm a Kawhi fan. I mean, he brought a championship
yeah.
to the city.
Well,
So.
you won more than one. Did you play at 210? Was that your playing weight last year?
Oh, man, probably within 205, 210. Like, I try to stay 205.
Right. Yeah.